This is a stimulus update and daily news report. There's a new $9,000 stimulus proposal by the Democrats. I'll give you the details about it and who qualifies. Unemployment is ending in 2 states as of today, July 3rd. I'll let you know those states. And I'll give you the latest details on the 4th stimulus check, increase in Social Security, and I'll answer the questions you leave for me in the comments. Hope you're having an awesome July 4th weekend. If you appreciate these fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below and let me know, what are your plans for July 4th? I'll let you know my plans later on in the video. So drivers will face the highest July 4th gasoline prices in 7 years, and they are heading higher. So in South Carolina, checked yesterday, I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, it was $2.99 a gallon. Let me know, what are your prices? So a lot of people are driving this year compared to flying because the airline industry is a mess right now because they're short-staffed and they can't really get things going. So yeah, a lot of people are driving, and that's where the prices are going up a lot, and it's gonna jump up another 20 cents per gallon this summer. Next, let's talk about what's going on with the jobs numbers. So US adds 850 jobs in June, better than expected. They expected it to be around 706,000. For April and May, they expected it to be around 1 million, and then I guess those numbers weren't hit, so they dropped down those estimates a bit. And the unemployment rate unexpectedly rose to 5.9% versus the 5.6% estimate. Speaking of unemployment, 2 more states are canceling their unemployment benefits today, July 3rd. That's going to be Maryland and Tennessee. And all these other states you can see here that I highlight, they canceled their unemployment benefits early before the September 6th expiration, as all the other states that I haven't mentioned yet. So the next 2 states are going to be Arizona and Louisiana. They're canceling the next 2 weekends. Next, let's talk about what's going on with the 4th stimulus check. So if we look at the change.org petition for the $2,000 per month to every American petition, we are at 2,469,000 signatures so far. So still a lot of support, is still gaining signatures. Looks like every 10 minutes some new person is signing this petition. Now what's going on in Congress, because it's really up to Congress, it's not up to President Biden, it's up to the members in Congress to actually pass something. So the only official bill that is in Congress right now is this one introduced by Rashida Tlaib and Pramila Jayapal, which is going to give $2,000 per month until the pandemic is over, and then $1,000 per month for an entire year after the pandemic is over. So this is the official bill right here. This was introduced a few months ago, and you can see here, just to the numbers part, $2,000 per month to each eligible individual thereafter during the payment period. As I mentioned, payment period is when the pandemic is announced officially over, and then $1,000 per month to each individual a year after that payment period. And also, when it goes to eligible individual, it's basically everybody. It's anybody who has a social security number, pretty much. They're very lenient with this. Now, what's going on with the increase in social security? So a lot of people want to know, why aren't we getting the $200 per month increase in social security yet? So Bernie Sanders and Bowman push Biden to bolster SSI for people with disabilities. So they want to increase the social security, but this is just for SSI. This is the only proposal. Even though President Biden campaigned on the promise for $200 per month for all social security recipients, that's not the case as of now. It's just for SSI. This is the official letter that was written to President Biden. So basically, they want to raise the benefit levels to 100% of the poverty line. Currently, at the moment, the highest level is $794 a month for SSI. They want to raise that to a little over $1,000 per month. So it'll be $12,880 for the year, which will make it $1,041 for the month. And that is the only official proposal to increase Social Security at the moment in Congress. We're still waiting to hear what's going on with the reconciliation bill, the Part 2, the American Families Plan. The Democrat-only bill has a lot of different names. So we're waiting to see what's in that. We still don't know. As I mentioned before, Congress is taking a 2 to 3 week vacation right now. You don't really hear that in any news outlets, but they're taking a 2 to 3 week vacation, which means that the Senate won't be able to actually vote on an official bill until July 12th. Bernie Sanders also is seeking a $6 trillion infrastructure package, which Senate Democrats are considering passing without the GOP. So they want to pass this as the reconciliation, actually not that. This is only Bernie Sanders. This isn't the official plan yet. We still don't know what's going on with reconciliation, what's in it, if there is going to be a fourth stimulus check, increase in Social Security, student loan forgiveness, Medicare expansion. We still don't know. There's still a lot of talk. A lot of politicians are saying they want all those things in there, but we don't know exactly what is in it yet. Here is Bernie Sanders talking more about what he wants in the infrastructure package and how he wants it to move forward.
Senator Bernie Sanders, independent from Vermont, is the chairman of the powerful Senate Budget Committee. Last year, he fought to get Americans $600 extra of unemployment benefits in that COVID stimulus bill, which were then continued. And he joins me now. This has become an ongoing question among economists, and I want to take a sort of open mind to it because it does seem to me like it's not an insane idea to think at the margins it might be having some effects of people's behavior. What is your sense when you look out and see that all these Republican governors have unilaterally taken the step to cut their folks off this extra supplement, and what it means for people and what it means for job markets?
Well, from day one, Republicans opposed adding a supplement to normal unemployment. And at a time when tens of millions of people are working for starvation wages, their theory is if you have low unemployment benefits, you can starve people back to work. And obviously, I think that that is unacceptable. I think one of the things that's happening is a lot of people right now are rethinking work, and they're sick and tired of working for wages that are totally inadequate. And that is why, by the way, we are moving aggressively to a reconciliation bill, which is going to create millions of good-paying jobs, rebuilding America in many, many ways.
So you segue to what I want to talk about in the reconciliation bill. A lot of back and forth on this. Here's how I understand the state of play. There is going to be a reconciliation bill. Everyone agrees on that up to Joe Manchin, right? There's 50 Democrats ready for that and the President, Joe Biden. So is that part is clear, right? I'm right that there will be a reconciliation bill that moves this year.
I expect that that is true.
Okay. What is in that bill, the size of it, and whether whatever infrastructure compromise is ultimately signed only contingent on his passage are the things being fought over right now? Is that also right?
Chris, one of the things that has bothered me in the last month or so is there's a lot of talk about numbers, 6 trillion, big number, a lot of talk about process. You know what there is not a lot of talk about? About the needs of working class Americans and what we have got to do. So the truth is that real wages in America today are lower than they were 48 years ago. The very, very rich are getting richer. And what some of us are saying is if we're going to retain the faith of the American people in their government, we're going to have to stand up for them and not just the big money interests. So let me just tell you what is going to be in this bill. First of all, you got to deal with climate. Right now, the West Coast is, aflame in a sense. It's record-breaking heat wave, Australia, etc. We have got to deal with climate. And if we do not significantly invest in transforming our energy system, future generations will never forgive us. Today, Chris, we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of any major country on earth. That is why we have to extend or make permanent the child tax credit, $300 per child for working class families. Does anyone deny that our child care system is totally dysfunctional? We have got to deal with that. In the richest country on earth, you got elderly people who have no teeth in their mouth because Medicare does not cover dental. We don't cover hearing aids. We don't cover eyeglasses. We have got to do that. We have got to have universal pre-K. We have got to have a major housing bill because you got 500,000 people who are sleeping out on the streets and 18 million households spending 50% of their limited incomes on housing. We've got to make higher education affordable. Those are the issues that are important to the American people, and that is why we need a major reconciliation bill to start addressing the crises facing ordinary Americans.
So I know you don't want to talk process, and I understand that. I don't really love to anyway, but I just want to be clear on this. Like, those things are you view as part of the reconciliation package that you would like, that you want to see moved.
That is the reconciliation package. What do you think it is?
Right.
It is right. That, and it is lowering the cost of prescription drugs. It is progressive tax reform that says that maybe, just maybe, Jeff Bezos and other billionaires should start paying their fair share of taxes. That is what we are talking about.
Do you agree with Bernie Sanders? Should there be big, bold action? Do you think a lot of the things he's talking about should go into the reconciliation package? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. So as I mentioned yesterday, the House passes a $760 billion infrastructure bill. This was on July 1st. So if we look at the calendar right here, July 1st was the last day for the House to do anything because that's when they're in session, and they're not going to be in session again until July 19th. The Senate, which went on vacation June 25th, is going to go back into session on July 12th. You may be thinking the same thing. Why are these Congress members taking so many vacations? That's a good question. They should be working more than they're vacationing, but this is a lot. This is actually not bad compared to the August and September vacation that they're taking. Basically the whole month of August and part of September. So they better get something done quick. But yeah, so in terms of this bill passing July 1st, it really makes no sense because no action can be taken until July 12th. And that bill didn't have really anything to do with what they've been talking about on a bipartisan level or the reconciliation Democrat only bill. Next, let's talk about what's going on with the $9,000 stimulus. So top Democrats unveil measure to give kids savings accounts where up to $9,000 could go toward college or starting a business. So the people who would be eligible for this program is any children from a family that makes less than $100,000, whether the parents or the guardians. And this is introduced by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Ron Wyden, and Bob Casey. So basically Chuck Schumer said, the Young American Savers Act would invest in our nation's youth and make it easier for future generations of children to escape poverty and obtain economic security. No one should be denied the opportunity to own a home or start a business because they don't come from a wealthy family. So those are the statements. This is exactly how it works right here. The federal government would provide $500 annually until the child turned 18. Then up to half of the funds could be used to pay for college. Other approved uses of the government cash include buying a home, starting a business, or putting it into a retirement account after the account beneficiary turns 26. So I think those three things are really good, especially for building wealth. Buying a home, if you're paying rent, you're basically paying for someone else's mortgage. By buying a home, you're putting equity into a home and it builds and appreciates in value over time. Starting a business, this is great too. I think everyone should have some type of side business or side hustle to do something to generate their own money on the side. This is great because it could be an unlimited amount of growth you could get from a business compared to a job where you're capped with a salary. And then putting money into a retirement account, that's a really good idea too, because when you put into a retirement account, especially if it's market based and you're making money off the market, you could make up to 10% per year from that, and you can enjoy that when you're older in your 60s. And usually there's penalties if you take it out anytime sooner. Let me know your thoughts on this. This is a good idea, bad idea, this program. I know it doesn't really benefit the elder community, but it would help children get out of the cycle of poverty. Next, I'm going to answer the questions you leave for me in the comments. Sean White asks, what happened to the Social Security checks extra $200? Yeah, that's a good question. It's still collecting dust. The proposals are going out. Politicians are talking, but no action is being taken. Thomas Spencer asks, so they work 9 days a month, something to get 9 days a month, something to get no change. Yeah, so basically Congress barely works at all. You saw that calendar of the days they're actually in session when they could vote on bills. Yeah, if they're not in session, that means no bills can be voted on. I don't know what they do with all their time besides, I guess, campaigning for re-election. Next, Cynthia Warden asks, what about the people who didn't get unemployment and are scraping by? No free health care for them. Yeah, so in yesterday's video, I mentioned how there's this new stimulus program as of July 1st, where if you got any unemployment in 2021 at all, even if it was a day, or if you were approved for unemployment, you get free health insurance for the end of the year, until the end of 2021. If you didn't get the unemployment, then unfortunately you don't qualify for that program, but there could be other free health insurance programs if you have low income. Anyways, that is all the stimulus news I have for you today. To hopefully brighten your day a bit, here is my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you something that you should always do. So, like if you're on like in a kitchen table or like in your bedroom, you should always sit on your bed or a chair. Take 1 minute off of your phone and take 10 breaths in. Breathe in and breathe out. That's what you should always do, because you need to feel happy.
Thank you so much for watching up until this point. So let me know, what are you doing for July 4th? We are just going to stay in our area. We have a few friends around the area. We're just gonna have a little barbecue out on our street. We're not really into going out to crowded places. We live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and we get over 20 million tourists a year, mostly during these summer months, and especially holidays like July 4th. So we're probably just gonna chill out. It's gonna be way too crowded anywhere we go outside of our neighborhood right here, which is kind of away from all the tourists. So yeah, those are our plans. And also, these are some cool shots I took at the beach yesterday of throwing my kids up in the air, them doing handstands and stuff. It was a really good beach day. It was actually overcast, so there weren't too many people there. Anyways, I hope you have an awesome day. If you want to check out any of my other videos, you can click either one of these links over here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.